Is your baby almost crawling, but you don't know how to really support their motor growth or their motor development? Then this video is absolutely for you. My name is Anne-Helene. I'm a pediatric OT based in Copenhagen, Denmark. The first exercise that I want to introduce for you is the wheelbarrow, the baby wheelbarrow. Now, this exercise is all about helping your baby gain a nice and easy access to weight bearing on the hands and arms. So what we want to do is we want to help our babies gain a nice and strong weight bearing and nice easy access to understand the vestibular and proprioceptive sensory processing. And we will place our hands nice and gently underneath of the arms, going in from behind, so that we lift up the body, have a hand nice and secure attached to the chest, and then lifting up the hind legs with our other arm. Now, this position might seem a bit difficult for you as a parent to be in, but that is actually the purpose of this position. We could easily use a cloth or a duvet or something like that to lift up our baby, but I want us to be in close contact with our baby, and I want us to be in the same position as them so that we don't accidentally overdo it. What happens when we are down here on our legs with our baby is that we will tire out from this, and then we will make a natural pause in the exercise, giving the baby a pause as well. Because if we stand in a very ergonomical, good position, we will too easily overdo the exercises, and our babies might not have the strength in their arms or in their shoulders yet to keep the weight bearing for longer periods of time. But in order, or when we are doing it by being on the floor with them, we will naturally just give them the time in little intervals to regain the strength. But when we start shifting the weight, giving a vestibular input and a proprioceptive output, we will see that as the baby gains more strength, the fingers will become more flat, and that means that the strength in the hands have gained. We will also see that this will help the baby's fine motor skill, and that the grasping reflex will be integrated and been taken over by the more mature motor patterns. The next thing we can do is we can help your baby go into the 4-point position. Now, in the 4-point position, we will help the babies get a sense of the 4 points of support. So not just before we had a 2-point where they were shifting the weight and we were carrying the body. Now, this position is all about supporting the knees, getting underneath of the bum and the arms in front of them so that they're standing in a 4-point. We can do this by gently tucking in when they're lying on the belly on stretched arms. We can gently tug in the bum underneath of them and support the knees by placing hands on either side of the knees so that the legs don't spread out again. Again, we don't want to do this for longer periods of time or long durations of playtime, but just in little bursts so that the baby get the sense of getting into this position and then out of the position, into the position and out of the position. So I don't want to exercise standing there too long. I just want to help the baby gain the motor pathways to how to get into this position. If your baby is already standing here, or if you feel like your baby is having a lot of nice and strong, secure stand, you can gently start by leading the body back and forth so that you get a rocking, like shifting the weight from the legs to the hands, from the legs to the hands, or even from side to side. Another thing you can do is you can place yourself in front of your baby and see if you can hold up a toy so that they will have to shift their weight standing in the 4-point, shift the weight to make sure that one arm is free to grab after the toy. Now this shift of weight, lifting the hands, is one of the first exercises that we need to be able to do in order to start crawling forward. Another exercise you can do, the third exercise that you can do, is that we want to put out obstacles so that your baby will have to heighten the belly crawl, come a bit more up to pass over an obstacle. This could be your legs, like placing your baby on one side of you and then having some toys on the other side and see if you can get them to creep to your legs and then over the legs and onto the other side. But it can also be pillows or roll up a mat or something similar. Now this is all about using the environment to lead your baby through the motor milestones. And in order to do this, you need some nice toys that will really keep your baby's interest, or it can even be just you. Some of the most interesting things for our babies is our faces, it's the interactions with people and adults, and especially their primary caregivers. Now, this is all about integrating these little activities and exercises into your everyday play routine, and then your baby will naturally move forward in and through their milestones. Babies have a natural drive that will get them from being in the flat lying position to the upright position, and they need to go through these milestones, and they need to be in each milestone for a while in order to gain big, nice, secure motor pathways for the neurons to fire on, to integrate the reflexes that have kickstarted this motion, and to help your baby gain nice access to it. So this was a few tips and tricks from me. I hope you enjoyed them and that you will be able to integrate them into your play and games with your baby in your everyday lives. My name is Anne-Helene and I run the Profile Center Lab. You're more than welcome to follow this profile, and I hope to see you in the future. Have a nice day.